Hello everyone. uh, I have already discussed with you some of the chapters and some poems of Flamingo. Today I am going to pick up the second chapter, that is Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood by Anish Young. Now this chapter is actually an extract from the book with the same name, in which author has discussed about various cases of those children who are living in a very deprived condition, who don't get the basic amenities of life. From the very beginning of the life, they are into the struggle of the life. The responsibility of the livelihood is onto their shoulders. So this is what has been put up. The actual motive of this chapter is to sensitize people about the condition of children, thousands of children in our country who are living under these circumstances and under such condition and situation. The first extract is of a boy named Sahib, uh, who belongs to a Bangladeshi refugee family, and he is a rag picker. Author observes him every day in her neighborhood with a group of boys picking up things from the garbage heaps all around. So she feels talking to that child. She asks him why he does so. Now here she says that in the first few chapters, if you first few lines, you will see there's a word gold used twice. First, looking for gold in the garbage dumps, and then they left their place looking for gold in the bigger cities. Now, first, the gold means looking for something valuable, and second, gold means looking for livelihood. So she sees Sahib, this boy, uh, looking into the garbage heaps and collecting the things from there. So she asks him why he does so. Now, Sahib belongs to the Bangladeshi refugee family. His family came long back. He might not even know when his family came over here. They suffered a lots of natural calamity, and they left their place looking for better opportunity in bigger cities. Now there are certain reasons for which the people migrate. The chief three reasons for which the people migrate are: firstly, to find a better livelihood; second, if the political conditions are not so good; and third, the natural calamities. Now Sahib, he is a rag picker, and when he is asked by the author why he does so, he simply replies that he has nothing else to do. Now generally when we meet a child, we ask about which school or something like that. Similarly, the author asks, why don't you go to a school? But at the same time, the author realizes that this is a thing which is beyond the capacity of children like Sahib, who are struggling for their livelihood, who are struggling for their life. Going to school is something very big, but Sahib is unaware of all these things. He simply replies that there is no school in the neighborhood and that's why he does not go there. So author just jokingly asks that if she builds a school, will he come? He smiles and says yes. After a few days, Sahib sees author and he comes running to her, asking whether the school is ready or not. Author says it takes time to build a school, but she's ashamed of what? Ashamed of or embarrassed because she has made a promise which was not meant to be fulfilled. She says that children like Sahib live in such a world where there is a large number of promises which are never fulfilled. Now Sahib, his name is Sahib-e-Alam. Now there is an irony in the name of Sahib. Sahib-e-Alam means Lord of the Universe, and he is just a rag picker walking barefoot all around, picking things from the garbage dumps. Looking at them every day, author sees that they appear like a group in the morning, and by the afternoon, they all disappear. Now, months of just talking to them, she comes to know them gradually. One day, while she was addressing to this group of boys, children, she asked one of them that why he was not wearing a chappal. So he said that he just replied that the mother did not bring it down. The other one said that even if the mother would bring it down, he would throw away. There was another child who just said that he wished for a pair of chappals. Now, even a pair of chappal or shoe, a footwear, is something a very big thing for them. Now, author says that she has been traveling all around the country and she has come across people in countryside, in the cities and towns and everywhere, and saw them walking barefooted. One of the explanations given is that it is a tradition to walk barefoot. But author says that this is not the real reason. Actually, this is just to hide the perpetual, continuous state of poverty. Now here she remembers a story told by a man from OTP. He said that when he was a small child, every day he used to pass a temple where his father was a priest, and every day his prayer would be for a pair of shoes. Now author went to that place after a long time, 30 years later, and she found that place now completely desolate. But the things have changed. There were a few plastic chairs over there, cot and everything, and she saw the son of the young priest coming over there. He was wearing school uniform and he had shoes and socks. Looking at him, author remembers that boy who made a prayer for a pair of shoes. And when he got a pair of shoes, his prayer changed. His prayer was now that they may never be lost. So that was the value for pair of shoes for that. Now through this anecdote, author tries to tell that things have changed. Yes, they have changed. But the change has happened only for a few. There are still thousands of them living in the same condition, walking barefoot. Now her acquaintance to Sahib and the rag pickers brought her to the place where they lived. That was Simapuri. Author says, Simapuri is in the periphery of Delhi, yet miles away from it metaphorically. Just look at this line. Simapuri is very close to Delhi. Physical distance is very close. But it is miles away in the terms of development, in the terms of facilities and all that. It is miles away from Delhi. It is far away from Delhi. Now, earlier, this Simapuri was a complete wilderness. Still is there, but now it is populated with the people who have made their temporary establishments over there. These are the rag pickers. 10,000 families of rag pickers lived over there. Most of them are the settlers who came back in 1971. And most of them are Bangladeshi refugees. They have made their temporary house. There is no facility of sewage, drainage, or running water. And they are living in that condition. Author asked the women of that area that why they left their beautiful place and have come over there. So the women replied that they would prefer to live at a place where at the end of the day they won't have to go empty stomach, rather than living at a place which is beautiful but does not provide anything for their survival. Now, for the people of Simapuri, survival means rag picking. And years of practice has actually developed it into the proportion of fine arts. Here, author actually wants to say that they have now become expert in that rag picking. Garbage for them is everything. Garbage is their daily bread. Garbage is their means of survival. Garbage is the roof over their heads. But for children, garbage is something more. For elders, it is a means of survival. But for the children, it is full of wonders, miracle. when Sahib informs author that sometimes he gets 1 rupee or sometimes even a 10 rupee note in the garbage dump, his eyes are sparkling. Author says that getting some money by chance in the garbage dump does not mean that the work is over. They go on doing it with the hope to get more. For elders, garbage is the means of survival. But for the children, it is something wrapped in wonders. Now, one winter morning, when Author was passing by, she saw Sahib standing in front, near the gate of a club. He was looking at two young men inside in white dress playing lawn tennis. When Sahib saw Author, he informed her that he liked that game very much. And he also informed Author that whenever there was no one there, the gatekeeper would allow him go inside the lawn and park and use the swing and all that thing. Author observed that Sahib was wearing tennis shoes, which looked completely mismatched on his discolored clothes. When Sahib saw Author looking at his shoes, he informed her that someone gave it to him. But Author knows the reality, that those were actually the shoe of some pair of shoes or shoe of some rich boy who threw them because there was a hole in one of them. But for someone who has walked barefoot, even a pair of shoes with a hole in it is a dream come true. Sahib informed Author that he has got a job. He pointed towards a tea stall nearby, saying that he is working there 800 rupees per month and all the meals. Author observed Sahib. She looked at his face. That carefree look was missing from the face. She asked Sahib, did he really like the job? Sahib did not say anything. Author says, the plastic bag which he carried so lightly over his shoulder was lighter than the steel canister which he carried. Now, what does Author want to say? Author want to say that earlier Sahib was doing the things at his own wish, but now he was working for someone else. And Author concludes this particular extract by saying that Sahib is no longer his own master. Sahib is no longer his own master because Sahib is now working for someone else. He has lost that freedom. He has lost that freedom. He is no more as carefree as he was earlier. And here we come to the end of the first part.